Big happy birthday to my bigger brother today. And let's get into it for Friday, our casual hangout. Right? Okay, what's going on? Well, what did we talk about last week? Just looking for corrections, right? Well, we got a crash. We got a crash. So now what? What are you guys going to do, right? Hey, I was moving some Ethereum over to Cardano, which worked out, and then it all crashed. So I absolutely, um, you know, definitely is not something I like to do as a trader, but I'm aware of these situations when it comes to crypto. This is an unregulated market, folks. So if some billionaire wants to dump it all and drive the price, whether he's American, Russian, Chinese, Japanese, whatever, it doesn't matter. This is the market. And again, look, let's dial it to Ethereum and just start there, because this is the complex structure we talked about, right? For weeks, talking about this M formation and how this would need to come down to the 50 level, and it's a consolidation move, okay? And preferably all the way down to oversold, which is what we have. We now got that. I would love to see an HSI test. I'm a little concerned HSI is not in the right place. But it's a little difficult because depending on your feed, I do have HSI, which is making me investigate this more. But we are very close. And I don't, look, if you were to tell me 3 weeks ago I'd have an opportunity to buy Ethereum back at 2000, I probably would have said, give me all of it. And that's where this is, we get convoluted in our thinking because of something so dramatic that we didn't completely expect. No, I did not expect a 50% correction. I was looking for the minimum 50% consolidation move and then look for an HSI signal. It just happened that it collapsed in its way to do that correction. But it's still all right. Again, if anything, if we're going to follow these complex structures when they materialize weeks in advance, and then we get to the perfect spot where we want to start looking for opportunities, this is it by definition. The other thing about the Ethereum deal, the arrow here is HSI. I'm only interested in bullish HSI readings. So let's take a look at this really quick. Here's HSI. Where'd he go? Here's the HSI arrows. Okay, even better. And let's just highlight the bullish arrows. Okay, and let's look at what the last 7, 8 bullish arrows have done. And you folks tell me. Okay, this is no fudge factor. These are harmonic strength index signals every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's 7 here. There was one more. Yeah, 7. Start there. So from a harmonic strength index perspective, we are there. And we are absolutely in the spot, as scary as it looks, where you want to be looking for opportunity on the long side every time. So this goes back a year, folks, and this is our 7th signal. The other thing that I've shown this chart before, what I want to highlight is, okay, what is corresponding with our other indicator, amplified RSI? These are our 2 proprietary indicators, have harmonic ratios in their formula. They're harmonic indicators that have been working incredibly well to give us those harmonic extremes. Not just overbought, oversold, but harmonic, overbought, oversold. And we see that the times we get link up with oversold readings on amplified, we have a nice bounce every time. That's the last 7 readings that going back on this bull cycle. And every HSI did not yield an amplified oversold reading. But the ones that did were even better. So that's really just from a measurement standpoint, you have to be aware of that condition exists. So Brett Kruger, You never got a response. Where did you send that email? Did you send it to Gmail or Harmonic Trader at Harmonic Trader? You're not the only one. Please send it to Gmail, folks. I know a couple guys have sent me access. We're working off a harmonic pattern collection for TradingView. And so a couple people are asking me, I didn't respond to their trials from last week. Send it to Gmail, please. Make sure. And let me know if you ever have a problem. Get it to Harmonic Trader at Gmail or message me on Facebook or wherever. So let's start with there because this is the complex structure we have been talking about for a while, and it dropped straight into that zone. And we do have, not on every feed, but on most of them, we got down there. What we need to see is this pop off. We need Ethereum to basically hold that 2450, 2500 and give us a bullish pop tonight into tomorrow. Why? Because we need to get that amplified up. We're coming back for a little secondary trigger here, but looks impulsive. Why? There's no W formation down here. So we're sitting at a variety of oversold readings waiting to get out of here. Ethereum Tether, that's a pretty good one. All right. And just about all of these HSI signals, except for the one back in March, had some check back, some degree of check back where we made the low and we checked back. And this one, the check back point is right there at about 2200, 2150. I don't want to see that check back, quite frankly. That would be too low for me. And again, that is how HSI works. And by definition, that's what I'm looking for. But look at our 60-minute or go. There's a 4-hour, even better on Binance. Okay, we do have a pattern down here. Now, this is in type 2, already entered into type 2. Up to type 1, bang. Now we're coming back down. What are we going to do? Are we coming all the way back for a retest or and retest that HSI? Because here's the 4-hour. All right, and we don't know. Oh, I know why. Because we took off that HSI. So we're in a secondary little real tight retest here. I got to keep my eye on this carefully because we could have a full retest for a type 2 off of that crab and then go. And that's what I'm looking for here. If we can't get off of this 4-hour, where's the hourly? No, it wasn't that. It was a 30-minute. We had something in here like a bat. That's okay. That's all right. You posted my email. Post the Gmail. Thanks, VJ. They'll let anyone in here. Yeah, that's okay. Let me see that. Yeah. But look, I really think we have, I know it's opposite just what everyone is saying, but this is the spot I was looking for. This was the correction off of the 4-hour with our complex structures and even on the daily that despite the magnitude of that fall, by definition, we're there. I mean, we have to be looking in this area for long opportunities because we are oversold. This should be the limit, about it. Some degree of retest on the prior lows, maybe today, tomorrow, but we don't want to. You don't want to spend too much time here. Or yeah, you'll do a full flush. What's a full flush? I brought this up in our gold member sessions. Here you go. There's the weekly on Ethereum. Okay, I mentioned 2 spots, and you can do this with all of them. Just take their all-time weekly pop that they've done. We're either going basically, you want to measure out a 618, which on Ethereum, 1700, 1750. These are max lows, by the way, or all-time 886. Okay, you want 2 really nasty scenarios. Your all-time 886 takes you back to 600. Major 618 is at 1750, 1700. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that down there that far. That's why this area is so critical. I mentioned our 382 last week that around 2700 was the all-time 382. And I think that that's something where we close this week will tell us a great deal about how we'll continue into next week. And again, the news stories that came out, it was totally coordinated. You have US at one day, then China, then US, then China again. So it's coordinated, no doubt. But I don't care because they took 50% out, and that's a crash. I think somebody made comments that I was getting too crazy, but absolutely too emotional. But no, I was just saying it was a crash because it dropped 50% in a day. So that's absolutely, call it like it is. You drop 50% in a day, it's a crash. Now, is it over? Is it a bear market? Maybe not. Maybe so, but it's very tradable. And so I posted some things 2 days ago and yesterday about buying more crypto to buy it down here. And so the two that I mentioned, one was Ethereum, the other one was Cardano, which I have a ton, okay, ton. But I'm looking for opportunities because look, we came down off of the complex structure that I talked about last week. Okay, we're looking for that back to the 50 minimum, comes all the way to the oversold again. Great. That's kind of what the sequence of what we want to see. So, why do we use amplified RSI versus standard RSI? Because we see the formations more clearly. Standard RSI is phenomenal, love it, great indicator, the best old-fashioned standard indicator. But for what I was trying to do with differentiate these structures, amplified was absolutely, for me, expressed things like the M and W formations, and when we had RSI BAM formations and when we didn't. So this formation that we were looking for and this corrective move for the return back to retest the overbought, is still in effect. If anything, we are much further along. And so inside of all of this FUD, all of these announcements, I mean, those are big announcements, okay? Those, you couldn't be much bigger. Those are the kind of announcements I was alluding to in the last several weeks of the two R's, regulation and rates, that will kill this market, kill all the markets, by the way. Regulation first, then they raise rates. But from a harmonic technical perspective, the pullback that we got was, I think, had crypto written all over it because of that crazy downdraft. But what happened was all of these just did major 886s. We can do bat patterns, and yeah, there's a lot of bat patterns down here. Perfect 886 right on Cardano at about 105. I mean, it was the exact low pretty much. Hold on, let me bring that over. So I'm keeping my eye on all of these because that crash low should be capitulation in my book, or any technical book. That should be capitulation. So I'm looking for Cardano, has to basically hold that 142, 140 something area, and do probably shape up like this, folks. And if it doesn't and it rolls over, okay, then we'll just step out. I'm kind of looking for something like this. Go up. You notice that's at a 618. Go give me an ABCD or something at a 786, 886. Maybe this comes down a little bit more. Maybe something like that. Another W formation, take us back up. So we're there. I mean, we're there on the indicators, and we have some patterns that were overshot, but look, it got flushed out on the crash and still all right though. Here's one that I just posted. I just entered this one. I just entered EOS, big bullish bat pattern. What is it on an hourly? I have it on my other. Here's the hourly. Yep. Oh, I've got a couple. I've got a bat pattern on EOS on the 4-hour. Here's a beautiful crab pattern, deep crab pattern. And I'm started entering this at around 570. We had this retest off of XA. So this is still type 1 material, and I'm going to keep a close eye on it, but it's definitely stabilizing. Like, let me bring this up. Here's the other thing is we have a secondary test of amplified at a higher level than the prior, trying to build some confirmation. Establish the low, come back up, secondary test for confirmation. Also, you are in oversold across the board here. So maybe I'm a touch early. Maybe that needs another hour before we get out. So do that. Couple questions. If you're done with all the free stuff, including software, blog, videos, what should you do next? Let me just bring that out really quick. Okay, so really quick, someone's saying they accessed the basic membership because they went to Harmonic Trader, they registered on the basic members page, and signed up on this page, logged in, accessed all of our videos, watched all the free material, even took advantage of the free software, which is what we're working with today. This is Harmonic Pattern Collection. What do you do next? I really think go sign up for Gold membership, because if you have everything here, I'll show you the Gold page in a second, everyone, and you can see all the resources. But that's the starting point. Again, I like to review this because it seems like more and more people are coming here not even aware that these resources exist. So let me try to pump that message of access the free stuff. And then when you're done, you sign up for Gold membership. Okay, and that will give you access to all the software, everything. But here you want to go in deeper to all of our recording sessions. I don't know how many are there. 100 probably that are available to everyone. And you're talking 150 hours or more. Then you want to get into the library with the full course. So this stuff isn't in the basic members. And the HPC course we did in January is 6 hours of material. You get into all of that, you get set up with the software. That's how you really boost your knowledge, because by then you have an absolute base of fundamentals that you can build on. So here's my EOS, and it's down 20 cents. So maybe I'm buying garbage, but I'm taking my shots. I'm thinking we have to be. This is an area where it's so overdone. Okay, oversold, that got to be looking in these areas at these zones for opportunities. And if once we pop out of here, it's not going to last there for long. Couple questions on Doge. Okay, here's Doge. Look, that's automatically drawn too, folks. Look at the bat. That's beautiful. This is on Harmonic Pattern Collection. This was drawn out automatically. The exact low was the 886, folks. So you think people are catching on? I think so. And if they're not catching on, the harmonics are strong. The force is strong here. So type 1 reaction, done, over. Come back down. Do we come all the way back down to 22 cents? Maybe. Maybe. If Doge can't clear up, all these are doing these checkbacks. Yep. And it's, right off the 886. But Are we getting a full retest? Is type 1 over? Let me bring up the HSI arrows and set the bearish ones back on because we need to look at those. So nothing, there's your pink arrows, those are down. Your green, we're on a check back, right around 34 cents on Doge. If we hold that 34 cents, folks, again, I just think we're still zigzagging. Maybe you go to target 2, but that would be it. That would be it. I don't expect much on Doge other than to keep working its way into this pattern framework. I mentioned a while ago that I was done with Doge for several reasons. So I just thought that Doge had its run. I moved to Cardano and Ethereum still in those two. And as I said, EOS is something I started today. Hey, risky, long position, but this is when you get paid. You get paid in times like this. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm not, I don't have any stop in here. That's the other thing I think I want to be clear with everyone. I've always said I'm an accumulator of crypto. And so I'm taking profits, but absolutely I'm holding more on the swing terms, been holding, but we might need to get into more of a day trading environment. So keep that. All right. What's up, Donnie Azoff? He's here, the man. Thanks, dude. Thanks for your comments the other day. You're awesome. Yeah, yesterday's gold session's up. I don't know why you guys, man. Some of you guys are like, you know how chill I am, and yet people give me shit. It's unbelievable. The basics is literally gold. Yeah, the basic, your basic membership is literally gold material. Now the gold material, why are you paying 150 for silver or 249 for gold? Because I'm throwing out trades in Nasdaq, crypto, other markets all the time that are live that most people don't get. So let's look at a couple of those. I'll look at some of those. Someone wanted to look at FireEye. I've got that right there. There's FireEye on the daily. Just coming out, right? Looks like a BAM breakout, basically up to the 886. What's the weekly look like on here? Pretty nice. Yeah, this is that's a really nice basing. That looks like Snap from about 3 years ago. I know, Devil. I'm Donnie the Devil, man. Dude, I was just not in it for those comments that other day. That's why I went off on you. It just was like, really? I know it doesn't matter. Does it work in Indian markets? Let's be clear, everyone. Harmonic patterns work on every market, any time frame, whatever your interval, whatever your flavor. We even see it, and as I've demonstrated in Twitter, in tweets per second. It happens in all kinds of vibrational frequencies. That's the thing about harmonic M and W analysis, is that this stuff repeats in nature. These are natural cycles. They're immutable. Immutable. FireEye, yeah, it looks great. That's a nice basing one starting to come out. I don't have any pattern on there. I think one that's been interesting was Nokia. It's made a lot of progress lately, but that does have a pattern we talked about. This is one of those super long-term ones doing a type 2 at the hop. There's one. Bang. Come back down. Here's 2. And that's just getting started. I think your target 2 at 750, 730 is probably pretty good for Nokia. The other one, folks, that I've been pounding the table on, which is natural gas. Okay, that broke above 3. Now take a look. All right, we were looking for 320, 330, still am. Okay, it's just that we don't have confirmation and we didn't get to the hop yet, but this is a major development in the whole energy space. I want everyone to kind of be aware of the fact that we are working our way up. couple of nice bearish patterns, but we just see reactions in these. Reaction down, okay? Reaction again, and probably one more reaction, but this is just continuing higher lows, and we'll probably make our way up above 350 later this summer. Natural gas, like a lot of the other commodity markets, are sleepers. So, and those other commodity markets have exploded. I expect natural gas to do the same. Does the software work on the trading phone application? Of course, absolutely. It's incredible. It really is beautiful on the phone. And there's all kinds of things that you can do. You can set the alerts, and it really is just amazing that it comes out so nice on the phone. A big fat iPhone screen's really nice. And all these patterns are the same. So that's natural gas. We were looking at crypto. We were looking at a couple other stocks. And you see the same thing, the patterns being drawn out, following the type 1 reaction, type 2 sequence over and over again. If you're not aware of those strategies, we give you all of the videos. So you learn the patterns so you know what a bat versus a Gartley might be. But then we teach you and show you, okay, what do I look for on the reaction trades? What do I look for on the reversal trades? And how do I know? How do I know? What do I look for? So, and really important. Do you get HPC? Do you get a gold membership? You get a gold membership for 90 days. So you get the HPC and then you get 90 days. But that's why I say do all the free resources first, everybody. I mean, please do me the favor. It really is I don't want you to subscribe unless you've gone through and become a basic member. If you do want to subscribe, go for it. But just make sure that you're ready to do the work. Some people were complaining about my customer service. I don't respond to 40 emails. I'll respond to 1, 2, or 3, but not 40. I don't handhold. I expect people to do the work, and I don't. That's it. I'm not here to do the work for you. But all the resources are here, and also they're here with plenty of time where you get 90 days of the gold, where you get the whole education basically for free with the software. Why? Because you're not going to go anywhere else once you get the software. Take a look at anybody, talk to people that are in here that have been working with this program and has literally changed their trading game. I mean, you guys, the ones that are in here that have been hitting it, boost up that chat and tell these people what it's about, because maybe I don't do a good enough job with that. I'm just popping charts all day long, and that's all I really care about. You guys can follow me on Twitter too, and most of the stuff there is free. So why do I have a paid membership? Because you get the software, and then in our live sessions, I'm throwing out trades, like huge trades on NASDAQ, huge trades on S&P, oil, all of that. And so if you're there in the morning for our 3 sessions a week, you're easily making that times whatever on futures, on stocks, on energy calls, on crypto calls. So, and then you can get a lot of that too. Just follow me on Twitter. I'll put charts up there as well. But the live updates and what you're really paying for are real trades that I dish out Monday, Tuesday, 9 a.m., Thursdays, 12 p.m., and then Friday I started this YouTube thing just to communicate all this stuff with you guys. So absolutely. Definitely. Can we look at pound Aussie? Yeah, we can. We'll jump over to Harmonic Pattern Collection Pro. This is for eSignal. What's the difference between Pro and HPC Lite? The Pro has all the bells and whistles, including a scanner and all of our RSI BAM. We have Pi-Fi bands. We have all of it. There's like probably 4 other indicators that are inside all of that. So check that out. And again, check the stuff for free first. And that way then, again, you get a real good idea of what you're getting into before you even pay for anything. And I prefer to have it that way. Someone saying, I use a free indicator that shows live harmonic patterns. That's great. I hope it works for you. I know there's free scripts out there and they're garbage. And I wouldn't recommend for anyone to go with anyone else's software, because it's not really true harmonic patterns. When they don't get them right and your harmonic pattern doesn't work out because it's not really harmonic, you're going to easily lose the amount of money you're paying for my program because you want it free. You get what you pay for, folks. There's a lot of stuff out there that's I can't even deal with anymore. It's so much garbage that I'm just trying to do stuff like this. Got to use my time wisely and maximize it. So this is probably the best way to communicate what I need to in a marketing sense to the people that really are paying attention. And that's again the other thing. We just can't. I simply just can't like expect the world to be really willing to do the work it takes. I think the people that are able to find me, do the work, read the books, follow the webinars, yeah, you guys are going to make it. It's just a matter of time. But most people are not willing to do the work. I'll show you everything that I do every day. And right now, here's NASDAQ. And we're in this type 2 move after, let me trace it out, after our first down move. I talked about this probably 2 weeks ago because last week we talked about crypto. Here was the retest with confirmation, so bang, it's on. And despite the last couple of days, which is, I'm going to point out 2 really interesting candlestick formations, but we're still working our way down, folks, to this 12,475. That is target 1 of the deep crab. And because we've already corrected, I don't expect us to break above this 13,583. So absolutely be aware of the fact that where we are, and again, why the software matters. Because if you're not measuring off the correct levels with the correct measurements, you're going to be looking in the wrong area. Someone says there's a monster dash for MT4. Yeah, someone brought that up to me. I don't know what that is, but it's terrible. And I'm glad that, look, the message is getting out. Unfortunately, what's happening are people are losing money because they're following other people's interpretations of my work, and especially their software programs, which don't even look like harmonic patterns, and think, oh, that's got to work. It's a harmonic pattern because the guy said so. No. I think, you get with harmonic pattern collection, you're going to see the difference in real time. And then let me highlight the important strategies and the important points for you after a couple of weeks. Most of everyone would agree that we are, that they see that it puts it together, puts the whole framework together pretty quickly. With NASDAQ, this last couple of days was just a bounce back up to our zone. I expect a rejection. I expect 12,475 or 1,000 lower on this move. We're still in this move too. Look, what happened since our little amplified bump up and HSI is coming up? No follow through. And so we're going to, by next week at this time, we might be looking at an amplified indicator that is heading back down. Keep an eye on this. I mean, it's just really in an ugly spot where if it rolls over, you will see acceleration. And that also is a clarification of my comment of, okay, crypto crashed, NASDAQ, tech stocks could be next. Yeah, and what I mean by that is that we could see a major flush down to maybe, I'm not talking 50% in a day, but I'm saying we could talk a major flush down to target 2 at 11,780. That's not out of the woods. And sequentially, we kind of need to test this to resolve the whole pattern. I mean, if we could come down here and wash that out and then go later this summer, yeah, I'd feel a lot better about the whole pattern. But so far, look at the 1-2 dynamics. Reaction down to target 1, back up 14K, and we roll over after a perfect confirmation check back. This needs time. And again, I mentioned this to the gold members, I think yesterday, that the fact that where we are basically right now is where we were back the end of January. Ari's saying his XABCD software doesn't even refer to the names of patterns. I know why. Because I shut down a whole bunch of those guys 2 years ago because I have trademarks and copyrights on all the pattern names. So bat and crab and all those other ones are been trademarked since 2005. And so a bunch of those guys, yeah, instead of getting with me and working with me to make harmonic pattern software right, they just changed their names and took harmonic pattern out and just called it whatever. I think you all should know that because it really is scumbag material. I've named some people before, some people that are not even in business but doing business under different names. Just real garbage, not even trading the harmonic patterns to be able to tell you folks where are the actionable opportunities. That's the difference. What's going on in dollar yen? Let's get over to a couple currencies because I will look at the pound Aussie. There's pound Aussie. Someone mentioned that. This thing's just basing up. Not a heck of a lot of action there, but I think some of the other ones that we've featured, dollar yen, super slow. And I did say that these currencies are just snails. Here's a shark that's a snail. Okay, not doing much in the face of a dollar index that's back down towards 90. Dollar yen here just sideways since March, but we've really been focusing on this since the hop level at 110. And then I mentioned it was probably 3 weeks ago. That arrow right there in the bearish zone, bullish HSI, will likely take us back up for a retest. So where's HSI? Nowhere close. And I still think that this is going to go sideways until we get another hop retest around 110.85. So look for that. Again, depends on what your pair is. Some are just not moving at all. Others versus, say, the dollar are doing a little bit better. There's euro. We looked at that. This crab pattern never came back for a type 2, but we did get another bullish reading. This will be still up. I think we have some big numbers at 123, folks. Go to the weekly. This is euro dollar. Yeah, come on back up here. There you go. Just big crab pattern going all the way back to 2017 at the hop. Look, last time we got rejected and we're heading back up, and we're going to ping pong for a while in a lot of these currency pairs that have lost their mojo. Just not much going on. This one will trickle up until we get above the hop register, but not, HSI and a couple of these. Those are my key factors. Those are going to be the signals where these will slowly grind up and play them up into those big zones. A couple more questions. You guys have lots of questions today. Are there some people, are there at some point not enough people available who will buy the dip? I mean, there are always people who will buy the dip and buy the low, and there are dependent on people buying them above. Listen, who's buying what and whales and fish and goldfish and minnows? We can't think of it like that. You got to think of the whole composite market, everybody. Just because Elon Musk tweets something doesn't make him the mover of the market, no matter what. And in fact, everything that we saw was everybody just capitulating and puking out. And so that's the collective. Think of it as like Borg collective doing one thing all together, but in terms of really in terms of just an overall exhibition of what the behavior is. That's what the patterns are saying. That's why with Doge, I've been out of Doge for weeks because we had major patterns and we had an all-time ABCD up there, and so that had to play itself out. Dalton's it. Here's another person. Okay, let me for those that came in late, for those that sent me an email, okay, and didn't get a response, chances are your email got blocked, and I'm going to ask you to resend to harmonictrader@gmail.com, please. harmonictrader@gmail.com. If I did not respond to you, I probably didn't get, for some reason, things have been getting blocked to Harmonic Trader at Harmonic Trader. So send it to harmonictrader@gmail, and I'll be happy to give you 2 weeks of the HA Pro, the HPC Pro, or TradingView, whatever you want. Just specify it, send me your username and your preferred platform. Yeah, it collapsed the market. That tweet on what Elon did collapsed the market, but it says more about the market than what Elon's doing. I mean, look, because he can move the market, sure. But every time he tweets out, it gets less effective and becomes more about the overall participation of players and money flow. That's for sure. Bitcoin money flow, terrible. I mean, it just proves it. Could it rebound? Yeah, but I prefer the money flow in Ethereum or Cardano. Those charts look a lot better. Couple more. And you guys have a lot of questions today. What are my thoughts on the cipher pattern? I see it's not in your volume 3. Let me be clear. I'm not cipher. The cipher pattern, I don't know who that is. I really don't. And I don't even know the metrics on it. I don't use it. I didn't create it. I don't trade it. I don't think there's an ABCD component that you can incorporate. So I don't know what it is. I see it's a 786 or something. It looks like a temporary B point in a lot of instances that I do look at if I look at it, but I don't look at it. I don't even consider it. Does it work? Maybe. If it works for you, use it. But no matter what, if you're going to look at something structural, if it's a harmonic pattern or if it's just a head and shoulders pattern, there should be other things materializing. There should be other triggers. For me, looking at stuff like harmonic strength index and important inflection points of HSI, that helps a long way. I mean, here's Litecoin. There's a great example. Okay, Litecoin was a 4-hour bat pattern or an hourly crab. Something got overshot big time here. Oh yeah, here it was. It was an hourly crab pattern that did a type 2 and came all the way down. Got completely destroyed. Hop is around 221 area. Okay, break this down. All right, if we're looking at this area, there's HSI, there's our check back, but when it checks back into the zone down the hop, straight on through, and a total flush. So what do we have down here now on Litecoin? Real nice pattern, okay, but do you have confirmation? You got extreme exhaustion, but now this is better confirmation with, look, now you have the green line stopping right there. All right, that's a nice early sign where when the green line stops, that's when we start looking. In the same way, when the red line stops, in terms of bearish setups, we're looking to the right of that. So that's why I'm looking in these areas for stabilization, because we do have some kind of indicator value, indicator extremes. So definitely, whatever pattern you're going to use, however you're going to measure, do entertain ideas of some kind of indicator that jives with you. If it's MACD, RSI, if it's simple volume exhaustion, go with the tools that will help you refine the zones. For me, okay, the pattern offshoot of what we automatically drew here completely exceeded, but still looking for this, this is excessive variation. That's all it is. What is excessive variation? Meaning there's a history of trading that is so beyond the norm, so aberrant from the average, that it just does its whole thing in one bar, flushes out. And so you have to almost wait for that bar to close. That's what happened on this meltdown here. And looking for this in this area should not, again, even on Litecoin here at 155, you got to hold. You can't take out that low. Another one is this Decentraland total whatever. I mean, this is that Let me go to the daily. This is the what the next Facebook they call it, the real Facebook. Again, just do XABCD on a lot of this stuff. Where does it come out? You know, B points at a 50 or 46. So maybe we get an 886 down here at around 36 cents on mana if we follow XABCD. Okay, we have to watch this. This does have a complex structure. Look, your red line went on, but we have to get out of the zone. We are stabilizing right here, right now. And if we don't stabilize, we do the whole bat. That's how to look for it. That's how to look at it. Some of the other ones are faring much better. And we got to see, like, look at Matic. Matic was another one that we talked about last week. And I just said, hey, that already ran way too far. And we're looking for this complex structure to resolve itself. Okay, it never got down to the full 50. And we were looking at that like back there, and it blasted up to $2. All right, I wanted to go through this on the hourly, or that's the daily. The 4 hour, I'm pretty sure it did. Yeah, this is where we were last week on the 4 hour, and it did go to the 50 and then responded, but no HSI. Now we're all the way back down, almost oversold. We do have HSI, and recall that's what I was trying to highlight, that sequence of signals. Let the thing do its big rush up, then come down and trigger with HSI. Now we have it. In Matic, around 160, 155. First place we should start looking for that. And again, anticipating the return move back to the overbought. Time and time again, these have repeated. Here's another one. And here is the arrow I literally drew last week. This is Nano, and it had done a huge move up. And we got a couple signals. There's our M formation. We were looking for that to come right down. Basically, there is where I drew it. Here is where it really starts. And bang, that lines up with an HSI signal. All of that around $7. So this is real close. And again, because we have a complex structure preceding it, we should look for that return. This is actually a good follow-up to basically the last 3 sessions where we have talked about this. We looked at a lot of these about 2 or 3 weeks ago that were doing the blast off. And I said, wait for these to come back down, and then we look for the recovery. Again, the recovery is happening from much lower levels than I think anyone really anticipated, but they're there now. And we're going to see how these shape up. I mean, this is just, real devastation after an extreme move, but you have a lot of things, early signals that are saying that are there. Here's OMG. That was the other one. Again, that was a high flyer last week, come all the way down, and this on the hourly chart, there's OMG. It slid right past right past this crab pattern. Take a look. All right, we're looking here. There's your confirmation. You're looking at the hop, goes right on through. What do you do? What do you do? Because the price action just slides, just drops through hop, does nothing. Well, here is a second opportunity, second place at around 575 to look at it. It's kind of like EOS. So don't be afraid of some of these. Do take a look at a lot of the high flyers that have, that did their big moon and came all the way back, and start looking now. I think this is still very tradable, and I would not, give up on this space. A lot of people are surprisingly giving up on crypto already. So just be aware that this, where we are, real critical point, no doubt. But we're very close to registering across the board many, many bullish signals that should get a return move. And we'll see this weekend. Again, all these lows need to hold. Other than that, Well, I'm still okay, and it's a if a market drops 50% in a short period of time, I want to see opportunities. Yeah, I want to be looking for opportunities in that. Sir, have you followed the works of Mark Douglas? Am interested in knowing. Of course, I think a lot of people know Mark Douglas was a friend of mine. I have had the fortunate opportunity to spend, I don't know, many, many hours talking with him personally. I did a trade show in 1998 with Mark Douglas in San Francisco. So knew him personally. I know his wife. Mark passed away a couple of years ago, way too soon. But I strongly recommend his book, Disciplined Trader and Trading in the Zone. Those two books are masterpieces on trading psychology. So, maybe to talk about Mark Douglas, probably save that for another time because I could spend a long time talking about the things Mark shared with me. But absolutely, yeah, I would like to do that. I've been thinking I should contact his wife, his widow, and Paula, and maybe bring her on. We've shared a few conversations in the past, so um, don't know. Don't know. He didn't get his third book published. I don't know. I could ask Paula. We could ask Paula. I'll have to reach out to her. That would be, I think, really great. I'll ask her if he was writing a third book. She probably is the one that's going to finish it. We'll see. How long I've been trading for? I placed my first trade in 1992 over a phone. It was Charles Schwab, and it was 100 shares. And I started working on the markets in '87 when I was a runner on the floor of the Philadelphia Currency and Option Exchange. So I was also a former registered investment advisor from 2006 to 2009, 10, before they changed the rules on all of my public internet material. So I had to either remove all harmonic trading material or quit the RIA. So I quit the RIA. But I guess I should save that maybe next week. I'd talk about that because I haven't really talked about all the stuff that I've done. What do you think harmonic patterns work best? Forex, stocks, crypto? Crypto. Saying you know where the market is heading is like saying you can read every participant's mind. That hit home for me. I think it's more about reading the total expression of the patterns and the measurements as the collective psychology of the market. 100 shares of what? Charles Schwab was the first stock I ever bought. 100 shares, and I didn't hold it. Then actually my first couple were really good buys. 100 shares of Novellus System when it was under 10. That was a semiconductor stock. I have no bio on my site. Not seeing one. Go to, I don't know, LinkedIn or anything. You can look me up, guys. My info's out there. I stream once a week. I'm going to do this every Friday until I figure out what the heck I'm doing because I really don't know what I'm doing with this yet. But I want to keep it going, answer a lot of questions, and instead of responding to emails for 45 minutes or an hour a day, I'll do this once a week and do it for an hour and answer everybody's questions that way. And make sure, please, everyone, get the free stuff first. Let's wrap that up and let's go just connect with me at harmonictrader.com. Get the basic member resources and take 2 or 3 weeks. Get the software, the Pro, or contact me for HPC Lite, and that gets everyone going. How many hours did I practice on charts? I didn't practice on charts. In my prime days, well, listen, that's all I've ever done. This is my life's work. And I had a lot of time on my hands for another reason I should be talking about very soon. That where this was all I did, and I was able to connect with a lot of well-known people, famous people. I joined a lot of organizations. I networked my butt off in the 90s and really was able to make a lot of friends in the industry be out of my sheer desire to learn from a lot of people that a lot of them have passed away now, which is kind of sucks. But I think the harmonic stuff is just a representation of everything I've learned. It worked for me. So day 178 of me asking for a free harmonic trading course. Well, Alex, look, if you're asking for free, again, go to the basic members page and there's an entire course there. So I don't know why. You go to the basic members page, you get all the books, your entire course that you want is here on the basic members page, all the patterns, execution, trading strategies, then look at the videos of what we look at real time and some of the advanced stuff. So it's all here. Basic members. Just go to harmonictrader.com and sign up here and you'll get it. So just tons of stuff. I do this because there's so much garbage out there. I wasn't doing it for a long time that people took the idea and marketed the hell out of it and did it the wrong way. So I'm giving it away for free. All the stuff I created, doing it, giving away for free. I don't have any more time, but I'll check that next week if you come back on the DGB USD. But I do need to go, folks. But we'll be back next Friday. I appreciate everyone showing up. You have any questions, get to me, harmonictrader@gmail. Otherwise, we'll be back here next Friday. If you have any questions, look me up on the site. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.